So what you're looking at here is the beginning of my farm, and very humble beginnings here. All of this garden is made to keep the cows out. That's why this is built this way. So it keeps the cows from coming in here and eating up all of our greens. If you're wanting to start eating healthy and you don't want to wait for your crops to grow to full term, microgreens. I think growing your own food is something that everybody should know how to do. And I think whether you live in an apartment, or you live in a house, or you live in a homestead, because when I lived in suburbia, in a HOA neighborhood, I grew trays and trays of microgreens inside my dining room in a very small space. So it can totally be done. Basically, you think of microgreens as the baby version of any adult vegetable. So when those grow up, those will be full broccoli plants. But what scientists have told us is that microgreens contain anywhere from 10 to 60 times the amount of nutrients per weight as the adult version. So you get the best bang for your buck, and they're done within less than 2 weeks. These are ready to go. So what I can do is I can take these into the kitchen, just take a pair of scissors, cut off what I want. And you can see here what I do with these cups, right? All I do is I have the holes in the cups. But yeah, you can see the roots are coming down through here now, and basically these are just little flood trays down here. So they just sit and they'll suck up as much water as they need, and I can keep these growing out here for as long as I needed to. So you can see all the hoof prints from the cows, right? See all these hoof prints? That's because the cows, in order to get water, they come over here when this fills up with water, and until I fence them out, they come over here and they just drink this water, and those cows can consume like 40 gallons of water a piece. It's roughly 14,000 gallon capacity in this area right here, okay? In order to get that quick of a catchment, like to get 14,000 gallons of water, I would need over 40,000 square foot of catchment area to get that water. Now, of course, that sounds all good, but then there's the other side of it. Well, that's good, but what about filtration? This is about a 3,500 gallon capacity swimming pool, but what I've done is I put the water in here, and now the water will eventually be treated with the flocculate and the coagulant. One of them combines the particles together to make bigger particles, and the other one sinks them to the bottom and separates them out of the water. And this is still separating, but you can see at the bottom of this, the flocculate has helped to sink all the big particles that are in the water down to the bottom. And then you can use testing strips to finalize that to make sure that your water's safe. And I wouldn't even drink this water, to be honest. This is stuff that you would use for showering, dishes, all that stuff. But, you know, drinking water, you know, you can also do it for that, but that's one of those things we're still working out the bugs on that to see if we're feeling confident enough to drink it. But so far, so good. To me, being self-sufficient is important because we live in a society of instant gratification. Everything our parents or grandparents used to know how to do, if you notice, we don't know how to do any of it. We became completely dependent on the machine, basically. Everything is controlled by corporations, government, or some other entity. So you literally don't have to know how to do anything anymore. And that to me is a scary thing.